Winther, the freshman from Denmark. And now Dukeman steps back for three from the wing and knocks it down.
That's exactly what the Huskies want to do. Shoot threes at a high clip. So far, shooting 41% on the season. They get started early with the first one, finding the bottom of the net as Miles Rubin finds the ceiling from Justin Moore.
Oh, that's a great way to start for the Ramblers. Miles Rubin, you want to get him involved offensively, averaging 12 points per game in the early going, second on the team behind Moore, who is second in the A-10 in assists.
Not many guys in the country can play above the rim like Miles.
Off his knee and out of bounds. A turnover to the Ramblers. Yeah, Justin Moore is getting that ball up to the springy Miles Rubin for dunks.
Yes, he has. That's got to be the 7th or 8th time so far this season we've seen the Justin Moore-Miles Rubin connection.
Now Daywil Tavares for Loyola. Justin Moore had it tipped. Now Rubin finding Kamani Winsu, getting the start, battling through that shin injury. And Chuck Love knocks down a three from the corner.
Good ball movement by Loyola. The defense collapsed on Miles Rubin. He kicked it out to Kamani Winsu, who found Chuck Love in the corner. Good ball movement, making the Huskies defense move back and forth.
And now along the baseline, a jumper off target from Damar Kelly on the rebound. And Moore hands it back to Daywil, drilling the three.
Sometimes has struggled early in the season for Loyola. Gets
8-0 run, and that quickly comes to an end as Dukeman hits another three. Justin Moore going back to work. Chuck Love is that time. And now the tip for the rebound and a foul against Loyola.
Good look there by Chuck Love. Not able to convert it, but it's that Drew Valentine wants to see Loyola taking.
Winsu picking up his first personal foul. Washington. Dukeman from the elbow goes into the post for Washington. Backing down Winsu with 5 to shoot. Lost his footing. Assuredly, that's going to be a travel over to Loyola. Lost his footing completely.
They pulled the chair out from under him. Kamani Hoynes, that's it right there. Down low, just pulled out the Washington.
Now a quick pass down the floor. Moore to Love. And now Tavares lost the handle, but Winsu's got it. Ramblers scored 8 straight point lead for the Ramblers early. Winsu on the drive the other way, and the slam with 2 hands from Mekhi Valentine.
Right place, right time by Valentine. Good active hands as Loyola went to swinging around the horn.
Ram up and set up, and Valentine had other ideas. Miles Rubin.
That's where we've seen Miles Rubin be effective so far this season.
And find the bottom of the net and the rebound to Miles Rubin. Rubin also leading the Ramblers in rebounding, just under 6 per contest. And now Tavares on the wing for 3. That's good. Good start for Daywil Tavares, who's expected to be a big part this season, 33%. Drew Valentine says he feels like that hot shooting is going to come for Daywil. And now a turnover, and it'll be Loyola. But the Ramblers off to a good start offensively. That's one of the reasons. Justin Moore finding Miles Rubin, and the Ramblers up 3.
So far, starting off really strong, Jordan.
Yeah, 2 for 2 from the field. Both threes that he's taken, he has made. And he's averaging 11 points so far this season. He's started 3 of the 5 games for Loyola, and you figured going into the year, whether he was in the starting lineup or coming off the bench, he was going to be a big factor for this Rambler team. But certainly they need him to be one of those big-time shooters to help this Rambler offense.
And you can see tonight he stepped in with confidence in the 2 that he's made. He's dangerous shooters. There's a great pull screen there by Ola Joseph. Another after timeout. Good drawn up play there by Drew Valentine as he pulls that screen right there. Never goes to set it. Gets the shot fake and the foul. Opportunity at the free throw line now for Ola Joseph.
Gustav Winther picks up the foul. That is his first. And the first free throw will not go for Ola Joseph. Josh has been very good at the line to start the year. 16 of 21 now following that miss.
96, you're so sorry.
But he misses both on this trip down. And a turnover by the Huskies.
A gift back to Loyola.
Washington just too hot for Gianni Cobb.
Yeah, it just went right through Cobb's hands, unfortunately, there for the Huskies. Give it right back to Loyola after a couple of missed free throws by Ola Joseph.
Cobb, the sophomore who went to Homewood Flossmoor High School. He's a Chicago kid. Northern Illinois has a few guys from this area. Certainly excited to play here tonight. First miss from Tavares. Rebounded underneath. How about Chuck Love? Strong second effort.
Continues to impress. Defense there as there's a turnover by Tavares. Just couldn't decide whether he wanted to pass it to Chuck Love or take a dribble. That hesitation
96, I think you suck.
results in a turnover, but Loyola played some good defense there for about 28 seconds, Jordan. Not much you could do with the 3 and a hand in his face. Credit to him. Stepping in with confidence.
Ramblers looking much better offensively, at least in the early going here. 5 of 8 from the field to start. And in the Colorado State game last Sunday, the Ramblers looked okay offensively at the beginning of the game, but obviously it tailed off as the game went along. So we'll see how things go tonight. But certainly an encouraging start for Loyola.
Absolutely. You know, the 8 game was the defense by the Rams. Routine that I think you're going to see in March.
3 ball from the corner from Taj Walters, the freshman. And now back the other way are the Ramblers with Ola Joseph. Josh trying to back down Dukeman. Gets around him and then has it blocked by Washington. Out the other way is Cobb. Jao Ituka now into the game for NIU. And Cobb going to work inside on Dotson. Nice move, but can't finish. Sends it out to Washington, and the second opportunity won't fall.
I think you're seeing some maturity right now from Loyola in the first couple of games. Situations like that resulted in a foul with them kind of swiping down at the ball, and right there on that possession you saw Dotson keep his hands on that plane, and then Richardson did the same thing and were able to get the stop.
Nice adjustment by the Ramblers for sure. Will it lead to points on the other end? It will not. Chuck Love the miss on the 3. Now Dukeman a 3. That's his 3rd of the first half.
Oh, the freshman from Switzerland. He's got a lot of experience. Played for the Swiss national team in the World Cup pre-qualifiers. He's bringing some of that experience here to Chicago, starting hot.
He made 3 threes on Tuesday against UNI. In his season debut, he's already made 3 in the first 8 minutes tonight.
You could see why Coach Bruno was talked so highly of Dukeman.
Yeah, Rashawn Perno, year number 5 for him at NIU. You remember Rashawn when he was playing at DePaul, late 90s, early 2000s. Year number 5 with this NIU program. And last year, the Huskies went just 6-25. So really hoping to improve this year. And if Dylan Dukeman shoots like that, the Huskies are going to be in good shape.
You said it. Watch out for this masked man. He is coming in and showing everybody what he's all about here in Chicago.
4 threes in the first half. Ola Joseph now answers with one of his own. 17-16 now. Good pace to this one to start.
Absolutely. If you're Loyola defensively, you want to get the ball out of Dukeman's hands. Keep your defensive intensity up with ball pressure and active hands.
And now Dukeman again. That's his 5th three in the first half.
Heat check. Dylan Dukeman. It looks like he's going to be taking shots from all over until he misses at this point. That one was about 3 feet deep behind the line, and now Justin Moore tried to do the same thing.
Yeah, well, he was trying to match him. And now Ituka spinning in on Dotson and lays it in. Joey Ituka on the board for the first time tonight.
25,
NIU is on a 14-3 run over the States, and it is largely because Dukeman is 5 for 5 from 3.
And, on top of it, they've played great defense, allowing Loyola only 1 shot on the trip down and then getting out and pushing as we're seeing right here.
And now Ituka against Richardson. Tries to drive by him, beats him to the basket.
Great job there by Ituka to recognize the mismatch with the big man in transition. Dukeman has been lighting it up from behind the arc. Stick with us as NIU is up 8.
24-16 the lead for NIU with 10:18 to go here in the first half. NIU has shot the lights out, and Dylan Dukeman is now 5 for 5 from 3.
Yeah, the Swiss national is sucking the oxygen out of Gentile Arena like he's in the switch
from deep. Yeah, Walters, Ituka. And the Ramblers trying to slow some of this Husky momentum here early on. Miles Rubin, beautiful drive.
His ability to attack the rim is impressive. Got a quick first step and crafty move around the defender in the paint.
Now along the baseline. Good passing inside, and Walters there to finish. Taj Walters, the freshman from the Bronx, did not play Tuesday, playing some good minutes here early, and Justin Moore answers on the other end for the Ramblers.
Great finish through.
Damar Kelly, now Dukeman. Kelly from the L in Loyola. A miss from 3 for NIU.
Loyola is in a zone right here. Got to finish with the rebound as there's a nice block by Winsu. But if you're going to go to zone, Jordan, you have to finish it with the defensive rebound. And the miss they needed, just couldn't get the rebound to end the possession.
Rebound certainly a challenge for the Ramblers here early on. They are being out-rebounded by almost 7 rebounds per game in the early going. And now Dukeman at the end of the shot clock finally misses from 3.
It was bound to happen at some point.
Hit his first 5, but now a miss. More the rifle underneath to Miles Rubin. It's out of bounds, but it hit Winther last. So it'll stay with the Ramblers.
Loyola got the stop that they needed. Finally a miss from Dukeman. Big offensive possession here for them to convert.
Now Justin Moore at the top. Has space, goes to work. Gets into the paint. Misses there, but Rubin there for the tip slam.
How about Miles Rubin? Always ready around the rim. Even when Justin Moore isn't passing it to him, Justin Moore is finding a way to get involved.
And now on the other end, a miss from three from Damar Kelly, but NIU keeps it. Dukeman tried to lob it inside, but they have to whirl it out into a lot of. Somehow the Huskies kept possession. 7 to shoot. Ola Joseph, the near steal. 3 to shoot, 2 to shoot. Dukeman's got to put it up. End of the clock. Misses the three. Good defensive possession for Loyola. Justin Moore hits the three.
Coach Berno's going to want a timeout after that. Loyola finally getting end, pushing it in transition and able to find Justin Moore, who knocks down the big shot to bring it within 4.
And it's a 7-0 run for the Ramblers over the last 152. Loyola has responded by making 5 of its last 6.
Yeah, and it started on the defensive end, which led to this bucket in transition by Justin Moore. You saw the active hands on defense by Loyola. That last possession, ball getting tipped around, gets NIU late in the shot clock. Dukeman had to throw one up. Still got a decent look, just wasn't able to hit it, and the Ramblers were off to the races. Rebound. That is the way that Drew Valentine wants to play.
And so you take a look now at the aggregate totals in this one, and few three-point shots. They're now down to a pump. Dotson at the top. Ten to shoot for Loyola. Miles Rubin looking for somewhere to go. Backing down Winther. Misses the shot there, and then Dotson's going to be called for the foul going over Ituka.
Yeah, right there, that possession looked a little out of sorts there for Loyola. We're looking for something with Miles Rubin, a dribble handoff action, but nobody seemed to want it. There were a couple back cuts off the entry.
Nice pass inside. Kelly leaving it off for Winther, who slams it home. And the freshman Winther on the board for the first time tonight.
They call him Goose, Jordan.
I don't know if there's a Maverick for NIU.
I think right now it's Dukeman, if I had to say.
He's certainly been that so far. But Goose Winther has been excellent so far this season. Dotson knocks down the three. And the Ramblers back within 6. Winther so far this season has basically not missed any shots. He's shooting 90.5% from the field. Now, a lot of those shots are in close, but still.
Hey, 80% is 80%.
90%.
90% is 90%.
Yeah.
Got to give him credit for that.
Miles Rubin now the kick. Ola Joseph on the wing for 3. Good look, missed it. Rubin the back tap, and the Ramblers will keep it. 3 minutes to go here in the half. Rubin trying to direct traffic for the Ramblers. Almost had his pocket picked. Now in the corner, it's Dotson for 3. Another decent look for the Ramblers. Can't get this one to go, and Winther comes out with it.
I would have liked to see K. Dotson dive to the basket right there when his man double-teamed Miles Rubin. I think that's what Rubin was expecting.
And now Kelly a miss from 3. Every time NIU shoots it, you're thinking it's going in based on how this first half has gone. Love misses the 3 there. And a foul underneath. Brings us to a timeout on the floor. Drew Valentine and his Ramblers trailing by 6 in the first half. Did a lot of three-point shooting. This is now the 3rd team that the Ramblers have faced in their first 6 games that has an entirely new roster from last year to this year.
Yeah, it presents a challenge because you don't always know what you're going to get. All those teams start to figure out what they're going to look like for the season.
And now Dotson is underneath, and he gets fouled. NIU 2 for its last 10 from the field after that incredibly torrid start to the game. Dylan Ducommun picks up the foul. See Rashawn Burno, year number 5, former assistant at Arizona State for 6 years. He is the 29th head coach in NIU basketball history. And the inbound pass by Valentine. Ituka. And now Ducommun will set it up against Winsu. Here's a 3 try from Valentine. It's pure. Mekhi Valentine now with 10 first half points.
Well, the Huskies cannot miss. 55% from behind the arc in this first half.
Richardson backing down Winther with the right hand, no. And Valentine again, this one too strong, and Dotson corrals it. Ramblers on the run, Dotson all the way to the rack and the foul.
Exactly what Loyola needed right now. Cade Dotson able to get the rebound and push. 3-on-2 for Loyola. Nobody picks up the ball until it's too late. Cade Dotson finishes through contact. Big opportunity for Loyola to now cut into this lead before half.
Well, Valentine picking up the foul. Dotson misses the free throw. Okay, Dotson now 5 first half points. The Ramblers trailing by 7 with under a minute to go in the first half. There's Ducommun with 10 to shoot. Trying to get around the Winther screen. And tried to find Winther, but threw it away. More to the corner. Tavares for 3. Had a good look.
Really would have liked Tavares to attack the basket there. They had the numbers, and he chose to spot up in the corner. Oh, that was a tough opportunity there for Loyola to cut it to 5 before half, and now the Huskies with an opportunity to extend this to double digits.
About a second difference between the shot and the game clock, so effectively NIU can work for the last shot. Unless they turn it over, and they did with 6.9 seconds left. And now Drew Valentine wants to talk things over with his team. 7-point lead for the Huskies of Northern Illinois. They've shot 48% overall from the field, but almost 53% from beyond the arc, which has been the difference in the first half of this one. Rebounding margin about the same, 19-7.
Pick and choose your spots there. You know, Daywilk Tavares decided to spot up in the 3 we saw earlier. Cade Dotson stayed at the 3-point line instead of cutting to the basket. Got to pick and choose your area.
And now Moore on the drive and is fouled with 2.7 left in the half.
And NIU with fouls to give. A smart play there by Coach Burno. To see it again, I'm sure, right as the ball gets inbounded, give Loyola the least amount of time possible.
Gianni Cobb picking up the foul. So Winsu will inbound with 2.7 left. Ramblers trying to cut into this deficit before the end of the half. And Rashawn Burno will take out Ituka and put the freshman Walters back in. Winsu, Miles Rubin at the buzzer, knocks down the layup.
And where those threes are going to come from. We've seen multiple players for the Huskies knock one down. 5 players have knocked one down from behind the arc in this game so far. So, you know, as long as somebody can stay hot, Jordan, I think it's going to bear well for the Huskies.
And so here we go in the second half. Miles Rubin going to work against Winther, but a whistle, and it looks like a foul against NIU.
Good job by Rubin shortening that rope there. See all the space he had as that double team comes over.
Yep, Washington called there. Good look from our cameras. And now Daywil Tavares, nice job coming around the screen and had an open lane to the basket.
That is such a hard action to guard there when you have Miles Rubin, who is dangerous on the roll and a threat at the rim, and Daywil Tavares comes off the ball screen hard. Good job there, scoring in the opening possession by Loyola.
Ramblers down 3. They can tie it with a 3 here. Winsu going to work against Winther, but can't get that to go. And it's out of bounds. It'll be NIU basketball.
You know, I mentioned when we talked about Miles Rubin before the game started that it's important for him to stay on the floor. That is the first foul that he has picked up in this game, Jordan. And we've seen the minutes, 16 so far in this game by Miles Rubin. That's a really good sign for Loyola. Good job there on both ends of the court by the Ramblers, getting a defensive stop and running in transition. Now Miles Rubin has a chance to convert it to points as he knocks down the first.
Makes the first free throw there. Miles Rubin has looked so much better at the free throw line here in the early part of the season. The last couple of years, he shot under 50%. But this year, with that high arcing finish, he has found a way to go 16 of 22 here early on.
Turning one of his weaknesses into a strength, really building up his player portfolio.
1 point game, NIU the lead. And that one was erased by Miles Rubin and then off his fingertips and out of bounds. Damar Kelly is trying to get in close and not easy.
It might have been Chuck Love, actually, the freshman getting in.
How about Chuck Love? Is fouled by Love. Love didn't like it, but the official right along the baseline made the call immediately. Chuck Love picking up his first personal foul. Now Anna. Washington over Rubin. That will fall. Hit the rim twice. Rinsu had a look, didn't take it. Love will, misses the 3. And Winther had it go off his foot, but Dukeman there to grab it for NIU. Three, it's good. Mekhi Ballantyne has hit some big threes, and for NIU, he's hit 3 of them and extends the Husky lead.
Big shot there by Ballantyne, but how about the vision from find his teammate.
And now Miles Rubin.
Behind the rim, and the soft touch from the freshman high off the glass.
Loyola was trying to push the pace there with Daywil Tavares, and gives a frustrated high five to his teammate Chuck Love.
Yeah, I think he ended up losing the handle as he was going up on that one. Wish he could have it back. He had a good look.
Now Kelly to Ballantyne. Valentine on the wing. He's going to take another three. This one won't. Now Winther wide open for three and cashes in. The big man from Denmark wide open and looked good shooting that three.
Goes by the nickname Goose. We said earlier that was Dukeman to Gustav Winther. Looking like Top Gun right here in Chicago.
And
The way those two are working together, and they push this lead out to 9 with the under 16 timeout.
The lead back to 9. It got down to a 1-point game, but the Huskies have made 4 of their last 5 from the field. Gustav Winther was left open for 3. He was 1 for 1 so far in the first 5 games for NIU from distance. Got an open look and knocked it down, and now the Ramblers again find themselves in a hole they got to dig out of. Kay Dotson will inbound it for Loyola.
You know, the thing here, Jordan, is that Loyola's really not playing bad. They just haven't been able to get the Huskies to miss from behind the arc, and credit to NIU for stepping up and knocking down these shots.
They've gotten some good looks. They've worked their offense to get good looks, and now a turnover by the Ramblers. The Huskies can make this a double-digit lead. Walters to Valentine, and now Dukeman against Chuck Love. They go inside Winther. He beat Richardson to the basket, the miss. Walters grabbed it, and now it comes out. Valentine open for 3, no. Cobb grabs it, and he lays it in.
Oh, that's a backbreaker right there. Loyola not able to secure a rebound, and NIU just continues to pile it on.
12-2 run for NIU, including 7 straight. They can add to it. Off the steal. Cobb, no. Richardson grabs the rebound.
Let's go!
5 minutes, 45 seconds gone by in this second half. And the Ramblers trailing by 11, and the Huskies can add to it.
Loyola trying to find something on the offensive end, just can't seem to convert. After a couple of turnovers and that miss there by Justin Moore now.
Dukeman, the drive around Richardson. He's now got 19, and it's a 13-point lead for the Huskies, who have scored 9 straight points.
And he's been able to get almost anything he wants when he wants it. Dylan Dukeman, impressive showing here in Chicago.
He has been tremendous. And now Dotson lays it in. Now you think about NIU is 2-3 on the season. Dukeman's first game was Tuesday. So you wonder, would this record look different for the Huskies if he had played in all of the team's games in the early going? Now, injured himself in the preseason during a scrimmage, which is why he's got the face mask on. But he has been a tremendous addition to this roster. And now on the third attempt, it's Valentine, who's got 15. And we've seen that a few times here in the second half.
We have. It's really been the downfall so far of Loyola not being able to cut into this lead, and actually the lead growing.
Dotson the miss on the 3. Rebounded by Walters.
Let's go!
5 offensive rebounds here so far in this second half by NIU. Only 7 minutes gone by.
Gianni Cobb to the corner. Dukeman for 3. Hits it again. 22 for the freshman from Switzerland. It's a 14-2 run and a timeout taken by Loyola.
How about Cobb's ability to break down Loyola's defense, skip it to the corner to find this man, Dylan Dukeman, light
Dylan Dukeman has had a night. 22 points for the NIU freshman guard, who has hit 6 threes in this ball game. And he is coming up on what would be the school record for threes in a game, which is 8, set by Donald Whiteside against Wright State on March 5th. Lead for the Huskies on the road. And Miles Rubin had his pocket picked out of the timeout.
You're starting to see the turnovers add up in this second half for Loyola. Turnovers and offensive rebound kryptonite so far, and why the Huskies separate.
Cobb. Daniil Glasgow into the game for Loyola. Drew Valentine trying some different lineups. See what will work. Daywil Tavares now a 3, and that was way off. Washington will send it out, and Cobb's got it for NIU. Dukeman, 22 points. He had 12 against UNI in the season opener on Tuesday for him. And now 22. Could he make it 25? Misses the 3 there. And out of bounds. It will stay with the Huskies. And it brings us to a timeout on the floor with 10:41 to go. Score did not change. Illinois and Loyola did not score in that last minute and a half stretch or so. But it's a 14-2 Husky run over the last 6:18. The frustrating thing, besides the deficit for Loyola, is that they got it down to 1 early in the second half, and it looked like maybe this would be the opportunity for the Ramblers to kind of turn some of this bad momentum they've had over the last few games, and then just like that, it ballooned out to 16 for NIU.
Yep, they got the exact start they wanted to the second half, and unfortunately, with that extra possession rebound on right there by Washington, I believe that was Washington. That is the problem right now, is the offensive rebounds and then the turnovers on the offensive end that has ballooned this. As there's another offensive rebound by Cobb.
This is the 3rd opportunity now for NIU, and this has been a pattern in the second half for the Ramblers, giving lots of chances to NIU on their offensive possessions.
And the thing is, you can only play defense for so long, right? When you get a team to have 3 extra possessions all in one, playing defense for a minute and a half is a tough challenge, Jordan.
2 seconds to shoot now, Nick, and 9:59 to go here at Gentile Arena. Cobb throws it in. Ituka at the end of the shot clock drills the 3.
Oh, and that just feels like a dagger right there, Jordan. We still got 10 minutes to go, but that hurts after defending for over a minute. The shot clock at 2, and a 35-footer knocked down by Ituka.
Well, again, this is when you give teams lots of opportunities. As improbable as that one shot may be, sure, Drew Valentine would say that's why you got to rebound the ball better so you don't give them that chance.
Absolutely, I agree with you there. Still a lot of time left in this game, but Loyola needs some stops on the defensive end and really needs to start converting. They're only shooting 37% in this half.
So now Tavares nearly lost it, then he's fouled by Ituka in the corner. Joe Ituka to pick up his first personal. NIU, which came into this game shooting 42% almost from 3 on the season, but 45% over the last 3 games, has continued that good shooting, and another turnover by the Ramblers. 17-2 run for the Huskies of NIU. Ituka the miss underneath.
There's a rebound by Loyola, able to get out with one possession.
Come on, Kane! Let's go, Ramblers!
Tavares floats it inside for Rubin, but into traffic and a foul called against Ituka. Joey Tuca, the junior from Gaithersburg, Maryland, transferred in from Jacksonville State with all the guys that NIU had to bring in this season. Remember, they have no returners from a season ago. Ituka is the most experienced player that NIU has. Played 75 games prior to the first 5+ he's now played with the Huskies. They have a lot of freshmen on this team, including Winther. And Rubin with the basket over Winther here. He's got 14. Ends an 8-0 run for the Huskies.
Miles Rubin right now leading in every statistical category for Loyola. 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists for the big man through 23 minutes of play. Efficient by Loyola's Miles Rubin.
And now Winther lost the handle on the ball. Stay with the Huskies with 4 seconds to shoot. As a hit Rubin last. Inbound to Valentine. He pops for 3. This time the miss. Another offensive rebound to Walters. And now he's fouled by Anderson.
That is the 14th offensive. Only 1 of 7 of the last 7 for the Huskies. But right now it's this offensive rebounding by the Huskies that's really making the difference as we get Walters at the line for 2.
NIU now leading 33-24 in the rebounding margin, and it wasn't as lopsided in the first 20 minutes of this game, but in the second half, the rebounding has been dominated by the Huskies.
Defense, and you see that shot go up, everybody has to turn around and find a body. It can't just be the big man, Miles Rubin. It's got to be all the guards as well.
Gustav Winther picked up his 2nd foul.
Let's go, Ramblers!
And now Anderson, top of the key. A 3 ball is good. Nick Anderson now with 5 points tonight. Freshman getting some opportunities.
Taking advantage of the opportunities.
Let's go, defense!
And now Cobb swatted away by Rubin. But it came right out to Mekhi Valentine, who draws the foul.
You know, that's unfortunate there because Miles Rubin got the big block, but then again, Dom Harris wasn't ready for the rebound. You know, he was standing there with his hands down, not able to grab that, and it turns into another offensive rebound for the Huskies and an opportunity to extend the lead from the free throw line when we come back.
Welcome you back inside the Gentile Arena. 7:40 to go. He's Nick Donardi. I'm Jordan Burnfield. Give the Huskies a ton of credit tonight here, Nick. They've played really good basketball and are on their way to a 3-3 record if this score holds over the next 7:40. But they have continued to shoot the ball well. They are still shooting almost 50% from 3 in this game, and Loyola just has not been able to get any second half momentum.
No, they haven't, and really credit to the Husky guards. We've seen Cobb in for extra possessions in the rebounds. Valentine has 4 offensive rebounds. Walters getting in the mix with 7 points and 8 rebounds. I mean, it is really impressive what these guards have been able to do. And we talked about Dylan Dukeman all night, but really this entire backcourt for the Huskies has been very impressive.
Give Rashawn Burno a lot of credit for this, too. I mean, this is a guy who had to remake his entire roster in year 5 of this program, and it's clear that there's been a lot of improvement from this Husky team that went 6-25 a year ago. Now Kelly over Anderson. Loyola just being able to prepare for a team with such limited data and information.
Yeah, it's very difficult. I mean, you know, now that we're getting into the 6th game of the season, you know, there's some tape that you can look in terms of scouting, but you know, right now, unfortunately for Loyola, the things that are going bad for them are not stuff that you find on film in your scout. Right now, Miles Rubin turned around, trying to be a leader on the team. We have to rebound. We have to rebound, as he was telling his teammates. His numbers 17 offensive rebounds for NIU.
Yeah.
Out rebounding Loyola by 11.
Rubin's got 6 rebounds tonight, 3 on the offensive end. Rubin's been a consistent rebounder for this program from his first day as a freshman. Rubin off target. Dukeman is 22 tonight. Now 10 to shoot inside, and Washington slams it down.
Daniil Glaskov was working hard to get around on the front, just couldn't get there in time. Credit to Washington, keeping his seal down low in that positioning.
Huskies with a 20-point lead on the road at Gentile, and now Washington the foul. Third foul against Trey Washington.
You see there, he just broke the plane. Instead of staying straight up and making it a difficult shot for Tavares, Washington brought the arms down. That's a pure, easy call there for the ref once you break that plane.
Daywilk Tavares knocks down the first free throw. Talked about NIU having an entirely new roster. Other than Coach Burno, there's also 3 new assistant coaches on this staff. Antoine Jackson, Eric Rauweier, and Eddie Fernandez. And now Braden Young has entered the game for Loyola.
Coach Valentine searching to try and find something to shake it up. We've seen multiple different lineups by Drew over the course of the season so far, trying to find the right combination.
Braden Young, the redshirt freshman. Dukeman airballs the 3, and it's a shot clock violation against NIU. 4:44 to go.
Let's go, J-Ball!
Chuck Love had it taken away.
Great defense there by the Huskies.
Valentine got a hand in there and makes the steal, his 3rd of the night.
And he also got in the passing lane for Chuck Love while he was trying to reverse the ball, and then came and made the defensive play himself. Really impressive for Valentine and the Huskies, holding Loyola right now to 54 points. 43% shooting for Loyola. There's a turnover by Walters down low. We are at the under 4 timeout, and right now the Huskies are running away with it here in Chicago, up 18.
72-54, NIU the lead. The Huskies trying to earn an impressive win on the road here at Gentile Arena in Chicago against a Loyola team that in the last 2 seasons was 22-4 on this floor, but they are staring at a 1-3 start in this building.
That's tough.
5 losses in a row.
Yeah, they've had so much success here, and Gentile Arena has been such a difficult place for opponents to come over the years. And part of it has been because of the incredible supporters of Loyola. The student section always shows up here. It's unfortunate that Loyola hasn't been able to take advantage of it early in the season, as Daywell Tavares, a nice baseline drive and finish. He's got 10.
Daywell Tavares, one of the bright spots in this game for Loyola. Now 12 points, 4 of 9 from the field, 3 rebounds. As we trickle down to about 3 minutes to go in this one. Here's Walters for 3 from the left wing, off target. Rebounded by Glasscoff. Justin Moore at the top, guarded tightly by Valentine. In the corner, Tavares for 3, it's good. Daywell now at 15. And the Ramblers down 13.
Finally getting an offensive push here for the Ramblers. This time is their biggest enemy right now.
And IU trying to work that clock. Valentine passed up a 3. Dukeman, 4 seconds to shoot. He's going to have to do something. Puts it up into the clock and puts it in off the glass.
The impressive move by the freshman. Finishing under duress.
Rubin turns it over. Tried to hit Tavares. Valentine there for the steal. Kai Valentine, 4 steals tonight for this very improved NIU Huskies team.
You know, they were picked last in the MAC.
Yep.
I highly doubt we find them there at the end of the year. Really great job by Coach Burno putting this team together.
Walters the miss on the 3. You can understand why they were picked near the bottom, because they had a new roster and they went 6-25 a year ago. People didn't know what this roster would be, but it's clear that they have improved.
It's hard to rank a team when they have no returners.
And we've seen that now a lot.
We have 3 of the first 5 games we've been together, Jordan, have been teams with no returners.
And Walters was trying to go in for the slam, but he's fouled with 1:02 left.
To see Walters take the baseline, trying to finish, got hit in the face there by Daywell Tavares.
Well, coming up for the Ramblers, they're going to be in the Acrisure Series in Palm Springs. On Tuesday, they will play Northern Iowa, so renewing a old Missouri Valley Conference rivalry, and then they'll play either San Jose State or Tulsa, depending on the results of that. And then they'll be home Tuesday, the 2nd of December, after the Thanksgiving holiday, against Central Michigan, a game we'll have for you here on Marquee Sports Network.
Let's go, Caleb!
Caleb Reese into the game for Loyola, and he's called for an offensive foul.
I think they're going to get Young there on the moving screen. You see still moving.
Yep.
Yep, just catches Cobb.
So Braden Young, the redshirt freshman in. Caleb Reese is in with Daniil Glasscoff. Dom Harris, who started the first couple of games for Loyola, but has played sparingly the last few, on the court for Loyola in this final minute. The NIU Huskies have been dominant tonight in the second half. And Rashawn Burno and his roster and his new coaching staff should feel awfully good about themselves. Got stuck in some lovely Chicago traffic, but they're going to go home feeling very good about themselves after this performance.
Yes, they are, and it's something they can look forward to building on for the rest of the season. Watch out for...
Now Harris for three, no. Rebound with the shot clock off, and the NIU Huskies come to Chicago and take down the Loyola Ramblers 76-59.